probably Dr. Penny, would you tell somebody to stay for 30 years like you did?
No.
How long?
That's why I come out and say run for your life, because your life matters. And about emotional abuse, I did mention it. Maybe I did not stress it enough. And actually, I'm glad our sister brought it up, because that is the killer. That is the worst of it all, because when you are being physically abused, you come with a broken leg, you'll tell us, oh, I fell in the bathroom, or this, that, and the other. We will know something is going on. But psychologically, you are working, you groom yourself. If you are working, you go to work, then you come home, you cook for your children, you jump into bed with your depression. Emotional, emotional abuse is the one that is leading into so many, it trickles into so many other areas, because when you're emotionally, you are psychologically, you are very lethargic, you are very irritable. I mean, you don't even feel like eating. That the relationship between you and your spouse, intimate, there is very little intimacy going when you're psychologically abused. I mean, emotionally abused. And that is when we end up saying, guess what? There is spousal rape, because when that is happening, nothing is happening between the two of you. So it is important that we don't deny the fact that I am emotionally strained, I am emotionally abused, because you want to survive. And again, because of the shame and the stigma we have put on domestic violence, the fact that we are not able to accept the fact that this person is genuinely abused, this person needs our help. We are quick at judging them. And that is why some of us, part of my remaining there for so long, remember I said I was in ministry. I was at All Saints Cathedral. Many of you might know me from there. I started off the HIV and AIDS program. I am in the youth ministry. I am in the women ministry, praying for marriages, but nobody knows that mine is on the rock. There is a public image I'm trying to protect, and many ministers will say the same thing. Oh, how am I going to say that I'm going through this? What are people going to think? Away with that. And so you live it there because you're trying to keep a public image, but you're living a lie. I was the master cover-up. I always make a joke that before I got my PhD as a counseling psychologist, I had two PhDs in covering up and lying. It's very hard for me to admit that, but I say this because somebody else is there doing the same thing, covering it up and coming out. This is a joke we make. How are you doing, Dr. Penny? I am good. I am blessed and highly favored. And I always ask, really, are you? Is that the truth? I will not ask you that, but sometimes as a psychologist, I can read it on your face. You just told me that you're blessed and highly favored, but I can tell from your voice, from your countenance, the non-verbal communication, that you're bleeding on the inside. And I know I'm not the only person. I know with Gathuru, there are people you can look at and say that, today so and so does it. Today, Dr. Penny is trying to put a face, but she's not looking good. And I'm inviting us to be interested in the lives and the affairs of our families. Not to snoop in them, not to mushene, not gossiping about them, but can you be such a trusted friend so that when I am really hurting, I can be confident, I can be comfortable to come and tell you, you know what, I came to work today, but it was a mess last night. I need some comfort. I need some encouragement. I need some guidance. But how am I going to come and tell you what I am going through? I told you yesterday, you went and broadcasted it. I tell you, pray for me. And sometimes it is unspoken prayer request. But maybe even when I say that, you can guess why I'm saying that. The next thing, it is on Facebook. Can we pray for Dr. Penny? You know I am on Facebook. If I want it there, I'll put it there. Or it is on WhatsApp. It's on whatever media. Please stop exposing people so that when they have some need, they will feel confident and comfortable to come to you and tell you they need help. This is why we are having people who are going through stuff. They're hurting so bad. They're so broken. They are being abused. but they cannot come and confide in you. And the next thing, they have committed suicide. The next thing, they killed their children and they killed themselves just a couple of months ago. And then the issue of somebody, when they go to their families, this young girl in Muranga who went and told the mother, I am going through serious domestic violence and abuse. The mother tells her, you know what? You are married. Go back to where you are married, because the issue of a dowry is another dirty thing. Because we paid a dowry, you cannot stay here. You need to go back and take your children. She did not go back to her home. Instead, she threw her children in a dam and threw herself. The next thing we are hearing, she killed herself and killed her children. Because when they come to you, you are not welcoming them. You are too ashamed. I am a minister. I don't want to have a daughter who is divorced, because it is going to impact on my name as a minister. We are more conscious of the image. What are people going to say when they hear that I am a mother of a divorced woman or man? Would you rather have them dead, killed in a domestic violence, or would you rather have them divorced or separated, but available to raise their children? I am raising issues that we are not wanting to address. There is shame in this. We are so concerned about the public image without thinking about the consequences we are raising in the lives of these people we are forcing to stay in. We married you. You said it very well. The women are supposed to go to Maria. You're supposed to just swallow it and keep quiet. For how long? For how long are you telling them to do this, and they're telling you that I was stabbed, or this guy has a gun in the house and he's threatening me, and you're telling them, oh, you need to go. We like you said, your mother and I, your father and I have done this, and now it is quietening. How long do you know it is going to take them? Your situation was your generation. My daughter's situation is her generation. There are a lot more weapons around them. There's a lot more volatile situations than there were when my mother was being beaten. So I cannot force my daughter to go and live like her grandmother. Again, when there are resources, or even back in Kenya here, there are places where they can go and say, give me a shelter for a couple of days when I recollect, when I can work on my mind. Out here in the diaspora, we have shelters. Please don't push somebody to go back and be killed. And then we gather tomorrow to raise $30,000 to bury them. Give them that, give them the $5,000 today to feed their family, because sometimes they stay in because I can't feed my family. So what do I do? And they come and tell you that, and you tell them, go back and stay there because I don't have the money. I want us to start looking at it this way. We are telling people that they go back and do the worst. Guess what? We are the same community that is being called to come and bury them.